Hi, geometry. Let's discuss the Pythagorean theorem. So let's review what the Pythagorean theorem is. The Pythagorean theorem is written as a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are our legs of our right triangle. So let's consider a right triangle for a moment. A right triangle is made up of two perpendicular legs. The perpendicular legs create the L shape. These are perpendicular and form a right angle. Those are my two legs. My perpendicular legs are always my A and B in my formula. And my hypotenuse is always the longest side. It's always the side across from the 90-degree angle, and it's always the C. So this is always the C in my formula. So let's take a look at number 1 here. The 8 and the 6 are the lengths of my two perpendicular legs making my L. And that makes the X my hypotenuse. So when I write my equation, the 8 and the 6 are my A and B. And it doesn't matter which one you put in when. So I'm going to write this as 8 squared plus 6 squared, because those are my two legs, my two perpendicular legs. They're my A and my B. I'm going to set that equal to my hypotenuse, which was the longest side, which is my variable in this case. So when I solve this, I need to do my exponents first by PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and then the addition, subtraction. Don't add the 8 and 6. You're not allowed to do that. So we're going to square them. If you're not sure how to do that on your calculator, you need to bring your calculator to me, and I can show you where your square button is. But 8 squared is 8 times 8. We know that to be 64. 6 squared is 6 times 6, or 36, equals then my x squared. Now that I've done my exponents, now I can add. So 64 plus 36 would be 100. And when I want to solve for x, and it's squared, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. The square root will cancel the x being squared, and I'll just get x. Now again, I can do the square root of 100 with my calculator. If you're unfamiliar where that key is, bring your calculator to me and I'll show you and we'll do it together. The square root of 10 though would be 10, because 10 times 10 is 100. So the answer to that problem is 10. So let's jump down and look at another problem. So on this problem, let's take a look at number 5. On number 5, my two perpendicular legs are the 9.5 and the x. This time my variable is one of my two perpendicular legs making the L shape. So my A and my B are the 9.5 and the x. That leaves my hypotenuse, my C, to be 15.4. So let's write this. It doesn't matter which one I put first, so I'm going to put the 9.5 squared plus x squared equals, now I'm going to do my hypotenuse, the longest side, the one across from the right angle, and that's the 15.4 squared. So just like last time, I have to handle my exponents before I think about doing anything else. This time I am going to need my calculator. So I put 9.5 into my calculator and multiply it by itself, or I square it, and I get 90.25 plus x squared equals, and now I'm going to square 15.4, and then I get 237.16. Now this problem is different from number 1 up above. Now, in order to get my x squared by itself isolated, I need to move the 90.25. So when my algebra is set up this way, I need to subtract the 90.25 from both sides in order to get the x squared by itself. This is different than the setup in number 1. So now I need to take that 237.16 and subtract my 90.25, and I get 146.91. So now I'm back to having x squared equal a number. So I need to take the square root of both sides in order to solve for x. So x equals, and when I do the square root of 146.91, I get a long decimal. I don't really have a preference how you truncate or round. So if you call this 12.1 or 12.12, I don't really mind. And if that had been 12.19, and so then you made it 12.2 because you rounded, that's okay too. I'm really not that concerned with the number of decimals or whether you round or truncate. So I hope this was helpful review of the Pythagorean theorem. Good luck, and I will see you in class.